What's up, RC Drifters, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Rmx 2.0 Classic build. In this episode we open up bags 4 and 5 and build and install the gearbox. Right, let's move straight into bag 4. Now this bit's very straightforward. These are the outside pieces. This goes to the rear, so that'll be at the back there. That'll be the other side. Got the 2 rear supports. Now screw on like that. Like so. And then we've got these which go in the center. 1, 2, 3. The gyro mount here in the picture goes right at the back. I'm actually going to have it in the furthest forward setting. I've seen most people tend to have them laid out there, right at the front there, rather than right at the back. Well, so that being said, let's just get it all assembled. Now with that all built up, it can get put to one side as we move on to bag 5 and starting on the gearbox. Now all of those bolts that you see there are M3 by 8mm. You can't really mess it up because they're all the same. There's 16 of them. Just put them all in loose, make sure everything's caught, and then do them all up, snug them all up nice and tight. Right, moving on to bag 5. Bag 5 is where things start getting pretty complicated. Lots of parts going on here. So let's get everything all spread out. It took a bit of head scratching and staring at the manual to work out where all the different bits and bobs go, but I've finally got it all sorted out, and to start off with, we are going to be putting together the rear spool set. And just like that, we're done. Don't forget to put the 5mm spacer in the middle, and these outer racers, or joint rings as they call them, they've got a lip on the outer side that clip into. I'll just pull this off. There's a recess there, and there is a little groove, and the groove goes to the outer side of the shaft, and all you do is you just put that on until it pops into place. The bearings just push onto the shaft there. All done. Moving on to the next bit. So next we're looking at the main shaft assembly. There's 3 holes on the side there. On the furthest topmost hole, you're going to put your dowel pin through there. But first of all, you're going to slide the bevel gear down past that hole. Then we're going to place the pin through that hole, and then we're going to twist and pull back until that is snugly in there. There you can see it's gone in there now. and then we'll be putting a C-clip in that recess to make sure everything holds together. So with the C-clip just placed there like that, I'm just going to get some needle nose pliers lightly on the shaft and then slightly clip. And that for now is done. Next we're moving on to the bevel shaft assembly. Start off with, we're going to take the main housing and then press the bearings in. And just push in. Nice and straightforward there. Then we'll take the bevel gear shaft, and with this C shape facing out towards you, we're going to push the bevel gear shaft in from the back until it clicks. Then we're going to put the pin through the hole like that. Corresponding bevel gear goes on top. These things are slippery suckers, so really try not to lose them. So trying again. And down into the hole there. So just enough room there on the top for another C-clip. And then we'll put the 11T bevel gear over the top, and you can see there in there, you can't, it's slotted. That slot to either side. There you go. It's all snugged up there. Just a little push. And then C-clip on the end. Place it on the end there. Needle nose pliers. And a little snap into place. Lovely. Now we're going to put all of this in the housing. Starting off with the right side of the housing. As you look, this is the front of the gearbox going towards the back, so the rest of the chassis will be up the front there. First of all, we're going to press the bearing onto the outside. And then we are going to take our assembly here, press the bearing into this side, like so. And then we've got the main shaft goes in there. Then got the bevel gear, and there is a dot on the corresponding side of the casing. Make sure that's engaged and it will sit down nicely. And then here, so we're going to place this over here, squeeze that together, other bearing over that shaft, squeeze that together, like so. And then we've got this tiny washer and a tiny M 2.5 5mm. It goes through this side, like so. And then this side is where we'll have the spur gear set up and the motor. We've then got these two 10mm M3s to hold the box together here, like so. These remaining screws will hold the gearbox from the underside of the main chassis plate. This long screw will go through the two top deck rails and hold the top there. And now we can move to putting on our motor plate and our spur gear. So bringing our top rails back into play, first of all we are going to slide the rails on like so. There is a captive nut on one side and a bolt on the other. We're going to take one washer and this 30mm M3. We're going to go into the end hole. And then we've got our three M3 by 40 and their washers, which then the motor plate goes onto the other side. Once you've found the right orientation, hold it all snug. First of all, make sure everything is catching, and then just make sure everything is nice and snug. So yet again, this is plastic, so we don't need to go too crazy. Right, now if you can see, there is a hole just down there for another pin. There. Now that pin needs to go on before the motor plate. Now, these like to fall out along with the bolts. And then spur gear holder locks into place. Now that's locked in, we can replace these long screws. And now we can fix the spur gear. First of all, we've got a washer and a little 5mm M3 just to make sure that the spur gear holder doesn't go anywhere. And then the spur gear can go on top. Either way would be fine. This side has got the MST logo. And all the information. So that's an 80 tooth, 48 pitch spur gear. Yet again, these are spares over to the left. Our 6 screws left. Attach this assembly to the deck, and these 2 screws over here are for our motor. And with those 6 screws installed, the top rails, gearbox and motor mount are all installed. With the gearbox all built and installed, the chassis is really starting to look complete. And in episode 4, we install bags 6 and 7. I really am thankful for all the support everyone has given me so far, and if you want to support me further, you can go along to my eBay store, Scale D52, and go and buy something. Anything bought from there goes right back into the channel. Also, there is 11 days left to access my Scale Dynasty 10 discount code over at driftmanjirc.com, so go and take advantage of that one. And until next time, keep it sideways.